G'day. This is the Gopher Dunes damage report final. If you've seen any of my other damage reports, number 1 to 6, on the original damage report I said that this 327 here, I was not going to get rid of this engine. Well, I think that was the wrong answer, because from what I've found so far, and looks to me like this engine is probably not going to be salvageable. The camshaft cover, torque converter bolts, some cast iron. These were all on my other videos, but there's what's all left in the pan here: rods, lifters, push rods. And then when I took the engine out, I had to take it out with the torque converter on it because the engine was seized up. I couldn't get it all at the torque converter bolts. And I did eventually get it to turn over by loosening up a rod bearing underneath. And these are the pieces that I found in behind the flywheel. A piece of cast iron. My torque converter bolt's pretty mangled up there. And the other one was in my pan. I got my cam bearing pretty much done. That's out of the back of the engine. And then there's the piece that was laying in between the flywheel and the block. That's the back of my camshaft. And there's the second piece that I found when I took the flywheel off. And this is my flywheel. It's got a few little chunks and marks taken out of it. And I'm going to be scrapping that one. I think it's a little bit on the bent side as well. But the torque converter survived. Now we're going to start dismantling it. And this should not be too long. This is an old trick that I learned from my dad. And in order to loosen the fan bolts, I'm leaving the belt tight for now. This is why I'm doing this first. And you just tap the bolt slightly with the hammer. And that's the first thing I do before I take the belt off, so that this way that it will not turn with when you're trying to take the pulley apart. So the next step is I need to remove the alternator. I'm going to be taking it off with the brackets and everything because they all need to come off anyway. There, that's off. Saving all my bolts in the bucket there. The belts can come off. And now to remove the distributor. See what kind of broken mess we have in there. I've already taken the spark plugs and I've marked them by the cylinder and numbered them all just for next time when I put it back together. It just makes it that much easier. It's not hard to look up the firing order on it, but it just makes it easier. think. Yeah. That's been hammered a little bit too hard there too. Finish removing the fan. And if it doesn't come loose, use the wooden end of the hammer. Some more mud. Water pump. One more thing that survived. Anyone who has never seen one of these, it's a swivel extension. It's an excellent little gadget. It holds itself pretty tight when you push it down all the way, and you pull it out a little ways and it swivels very nicely, and it's good for getting into bolts such as this one. In the way there. There's one thing I hadn't planned on being in the way. There's always complications. I already had the valve covers loosened off ahead of time. These here are completely out on this one. I haven't adjusted on any of them at all. But and that one fell right through the bottom. Just give it a little wiggle. Over here on this side, it's where the other two came out of. They're completely missing. And these are all pretty much loose. Pop the intake off. Have a look and see what the cam looks like. Wow. I don't even know what that is. It looks like aluminum. Cast aluminum. To me it looks like a piece of a piston or something up in here. There's a piece of a lifter. Another piece of lifter. Another piece of lifter. Aluminum. Lifter all busted out here in the middle. Wow, that's just amazing. Put that in the junk pile. Alright, time to get out the big guns. Okay, time to get the rest of the engine ripped apart here. Start with the exhaust manifold.